Welcome to Spyder Auto's step bar installation guide for the RX330 and Highlander. Before we get started, you'll need the following. You'll need a 17 and a 19mm socket and ratchet. Here we have the parts list for your step bar kit. We've laid out the parts of your step bar kit, so take a look as we zoom out to see where everything goes. We've laid out our brackets next to our RX330 here. We'll start behind the front wheel. Scrape off the excess coating and remove this rubber plug. Use a flathead screwdriver or panel popper to pry it free. And there we are. With the plug removed, now you need to get this bolt plate and install it as shown. Now grab your primary front bracket. Mount the front bracket to the bolt plate stud. Add a large washer over the bracket onto the bolt plate stud. Then add a lock ring over the washer. And finally, install a 17mm nut to hold it all together. We're going to leave this threaded about finger tight to allow room for adjustments later. Just inboard of our bracket is another rubber plug. Like the first one, we'll need to remove it. Use a panel popper or screwdriver to remove the rubber plug. And there we go. Now locate another bolt plate. Install the bolt plate into the hole as shown. Now mount your support bracket as shown. Add a large washer over the bracket onto the bolt plate stud. Then add a lock ring over the washer. Then add a 17mm nut on top of that to hold it all together. And again, we're leaving this finger tight to allow room for adjustments later. Notice how the holes in the support bracket and the primary bracket line up. If you've done it correctly, yours should as well. Now let's move to the rear. Locate this oval rubber plug and remove it. Now you'll need to locate this bolt plate. Install the bolt plate as shown. The long end of the bolt plate is facing rearward. Now mount the rear bracket as shown. Add a large washer over the bracket onto the bolt plate stud. Then add a lock ring over the washer. Now locate a 19mm nut and install it onto the bolt plate stud. Thread the nut enough to support the weight of the bracket, but leave enough room to allow for adjustments later. That's it for the brackets for now. Let's step out from underneath the car. Here you can see the brackets where they're supposed to go. Now mount your step bar, with the supports for the step bar going inside or in between the brackets as shown. Now locate a 19mm bolt and washer and install it through the brackets through the step bar. Then install a large washer and then a lock ring on the reverse side of the bolt. Then install a 19mm nut over the lock ring and washer to hold it all together. As before, leave everything finger tight to allow room for adjustments later. Now let's move over to the other side. Locate another 19mm bolt and add a large washer. Then insert that through the step bar bracket and through the support bracket. And again, install a large washer and a lock ring on the reverse side onto the bolt. Again, we're going to leave this finger tight for now to allow room for it to slide back and forth. Now install another 19mm bolt and large washer through the step bar bracket and through the support bracket. Once again, after that we'll add a large washer and a lock ring onto the reverse side. Then we'll add a 19mm nut over the lock ring, and this too will also leave finger tight for now. Now we'll move back to the front. The support bracket, the primary front bracket, and the step bar support should all line up. Install a 19mm bolt and large washer through the step bar bracket and support brackets. Alright, and that's how it should look. Then once again install a large washer and lock ring onto the reverse side of that bolt. Now install a 19mm nut over the lock ring to hold everything together. And with that, we've installed all of our hardware. Now it's time to tighten it all down. We'll start by tightening the two 17mm front bracket nuts. Looks like they're tight. Now let's move on over to the rear. You'll need to switch over to your 19mm socket. Tighten the 19mm rear bracket nut. With the brackets tight, now we can go ahead and adjust our step bars. Adjust your step bars to about 1 finger's width between the bar and the body of your vehicle. There we are, our finger spacing. After you make your adjustments, make sure everything's even on both sides. And now we can go ahead and tighten down the step bar itself. Now grab a wrench to hold the nut still as we tighten down the 19mm step bar bracket bolts. Now we'll move back to the rear to finish off. Keep that wrench handy as we'll need it in just a moment. Once again, use your wrench in combination with your ratchet to tighten the two 19mm step bar bracket bolts and nuts. Looks good. Now let's take a step back and we'll just check our step bars for tightness and we're done. Congratulations, you've successfully installed a set of Spyder Auto step bars on your RX330 or Toyota Highlander. Videography, voiceover, and editing by Nitro Nick with assistance from Roger Lowe. Visit www.spyderauto.com for more info or find us on Facebook. Thanks for watching.